Right. The politics of TV has changed so much, you know, with the number of networks available. First of all, you know, when I was on Blossom, we were one of 3 networks, literally, and Fox was this rogue 4th network. And now, I mean, I don't even know if people watch network television that much anymore. So I think the rules have changed so much. You know, our show was a fan favorite for so many years before we even had any critical acclaim. And I think those decisions are made based on numbers and money and advertisers, you know? So for us, I guess it's nice that we didn't have to be critically acclaimed for us to keep going. And we waited around long enough, you know, we were around long enough that we finally got some of that critical acclaim. I mean, largely owed to Jim Parsons and his nominations and his wins, which is amazing.
Well, you know, I had a conversation actually with Matt Blank of Showtime, who I've known Matt for many years now, and I really, you know, I respect him. And I asked him that question. I said, Matt, how can you tell which shows are going to go? Because we got picked up, and I told him, I said, I'm really grateful we got the pickup, but how do you know? And he says, well, now, he says, we do have our ways of measuring to an extent. He says, but really, you're going with the content, really, and you want to tell the stories that you believe are important, that people are going to enjoy and have something to offer, you know, in terms of their, you know, their redeeming qualities about, you know, what they're trying to talk about, what they want people to be aware of.
I mean, do you? It's so hard to say because I feel like Manhattan is a great success. Even though there's not very many people watching it, it feels like the people who are watching it and who know about it, which is growing every day, they love it. And that to me feels like a great success, and that working on the show has been an incredible collaboration, and that every single person involved works so hard and is so talented. I don't feel like people who watch the show think it's crappy, and that to me feels like a success, but it's a different kind of success from House of Cards. I don't know, because numbers don't seem to mean anything anymore. I suppose critical acclaim defines success. The critics define success to a certain degree, and sometimes it takes a little while to catch on. Breaking Bad took, what, 3 seasons, right, before people knew about it, and Tatiana Maslany is finally nominated for Orphan Black. I'm not sure. That's a really good question, though.
I can only speak for our show. You know, what defines our success is our ability to be truthful in the stories that we tell, and have a point of view. And if you stick to your point of view and be as honest as you can with the story that you're telling, and have fun with it, that's going to resonate with the people.
You know, I think that you have to take a step back and not define it as the world would define it. You can't define it in numbers. You have to define it in the gratification of the work and who you have to share it with. That's how I have to do it, because a lot of it may not make sense on paper. You know what I mean? People scratching each other's eyes out on TV gets amazing numbers, and then you try to show what loving the elderly and what happens to us on the other side of the south side of aging looks like, and you may not get those numbers, but that work, when I lay my head down at night, I'm so satisfied. And then when I lay it down on him, I'm extra satisfied.
I saw a text from Kunal, who's on our show, saying, "You're going to represent us." And I was thinking, what's he talking about? And then I saw the this.
Do your lines? Must
Tried to. I was
probably.
I really
Yeah. So
I was not planning
the rest of it you get to enjoy however you
except
want.
later in the day.
Kunal from our show actually was the text I read. He was like, "Oh, you're representing us." So yeah, I was literally in there. It was a good first day of work.
So it's in the same world, kind of, but a different thing. Well, I can see why you're drama teacher as well. One day, here you go. Coming to figure this out. I'll just have to thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is a surreal moment. Yeah.
Pulling them down yet. I'll be kind of up there like